welcome to CANversations episode. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. We're starting to lose track because we've done a couple, and we're live from Kauai at 4 p.m. on the 27th, Wednesday, May. And today we're going to be talking to Rainbeau Jo's Beau and Jo. Won't say a whole lot. We've got some fond opinions of them around here as they're great people and they're extremely active in our community as far as keeping people live with that spirit of CAN. So we're going to bring them in. We've already got them here. I've seen them join. About you, butter you up just a little bit. So Rainbeau Jo's. You can't have rainbows without a little bit of rain. Here we go. And maybe some Jo. You know, coffee, or maybe, you know, just Jo. She's great too. All right, you guys should be coming in any second now. There we go.
Hey!
Yeah.
Cheers!
What's up, buddy?
Aloha, man.
Oh man. If there's anybody that knows you guys that are checking in right now, how nice is it just to see their faces?
Oh yeah. And up and back for a day off to enjoy. See your little face as well over here. I know through the time of COVID, you've done a day of facial artwork.
Start over. I think you got a little bit of a jumpy feed there.
Yeah. You. Here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, in the time of COVID, you've had some changes of artwork on the facial features as well. I've noticed watching through the stories. Pretty sweet.
You know what? It's top secret information, but if there's anybody watching right now, I am definitely going to shave a CAN beard pretty soon.
Woo!
That's gonna be scary, right? Just CAN down both sides.
I hope my wife didn't hear that. She's going to try to stop me, I'm sure.
Always got to be secret with the shave, and then surprise.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
not once have I gotten like any sort of like no. It's just like walk out of the bathroom, strange man in the house. So it's okay.
and you've never been stabbed, Jo or Beau. She's never really attacked you or anything.
Like if she would have had something in her hands, there could have been an incident. But otherwise, the bathroom. Whoa, who's this guy? The life of the bearded man.
I think that you and Meg and us know though, if we ever need to like skip country for any reason, you can be like espionage spy, because beard and no beard, it's a huge difference. It's not.
Totally.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have been really looking forward to getting you guys on here, and as any really productive, active people should be, they've been very difficult to nail down.
Thank you for making it.
I am so honored to have you guys. This is a big deal. I've been really looking forward to this.
Thank you. We're stoked to be here. So long time.
Right. Since the parking lot mural, it's been kind of a conversation in the works, if you will.
Ongoing. And since long before we started these officially, I guess it was definitely happening, definitely between us as well.
Yes. Positively affirming each other on our ways through all this, and in 2020 in general. I think there's been a CAN 2020 agenda kind of slowly making its way as we're coming back to reality here on island as well.
Yeah.
I believe it's still alive and well. The vision is still strong.
Yeah, when Andy, CAN owner, started the CAN cards starting 2020, I think he knew how awesome it was, but I think just with everything that's gone on the last couple months, it couldn't have been a better timing to kind of start out those like just mental health positive affirmations to start out the new year, slowly getting us somewhat ready for what has happened in the last couple months. Not that I think any of us could have even been even a little bit ready, but just getting the mindset of staying positive and what you can do for yourself. It was kind of serendipitous that we started that the very start of 2020, and now we are like almost 6 months in, and it's been a whirlwind.
It's been quite a whirlwind. I'm sure in
Definitely.
the conversations you've definitely had an array of the spectrum of how this has affected people.
Truly.
Absolutely. And I want to keep these going because I know that that spectrum is very broad. And there's some people have had a really hard time. Some people, there's been minor adjustments. Some people are totally changing their lives. That's what these CANversations are all about. It's even bigger, I think, and simpler than positive affirmations. It's recognizing that there's things that you can't do, but it's not focusing on that. It's changing that. It's going, okay, that's maybe an obstacle. That's something that I have been given as a tool to get around and figure out another way, and set a goal, make a path, take a new challenge, something, you know.
Yep, focusing on the hope and not the fear, which is not always easy to do, but we're doing it every day.
Well, and what you choose to focus on is what you're going to end up focusing on. How weird is that?
Yeah, no, it's that when you worry, you're manifesting or praying what you don't want to happen. And so it's not always easy to not worry, but just trying to get your mindset in the right place so you can just like focus on those things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness.
Right?
Yeah.
Really.
Beautiful, you guys. This is a perfect nutshell of why we got these things going, is to talk about this exact stuff. You guys are amazing. This is going to be good. Do you want to give us a quick segue into a little bit about yourselves, how you got to be where you are, what's Rainbeau Jo's and all that?
Yeah, definitely. So I am Jo, and this is Beau of Rainbeau Jo's. We've been in business for 7 years now, which is like absolutely bonkers to think about. We've been based in La Hui. So grateful to be a part of this community. I don't think when we started the journey of Rainbeau Jo's, like I've worked in community, small businesses and restaurants, and both always supported local and been involved in the community, but I don't think we really knew what community meant until we owned a business and how important and amazing it really is. But yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no, humble beginnings from a dirt parking lot. 2013, we got the Little Miss Betty White, as we call her, out of Beaverton, Oregon, is where the food truck came from. And so it was just kind of neat coming over here. Jo was managing coffee stands over there, and we just got an opportunity to really set it in motion. And I think even before we got here, we knew we wanted to do something, but a food truck wasn't even a part of the reality when we set sail. Something that was really cool. People that are inspirational to us. I actually have one of their little mugs they gave us. This is, these guys are called Home Skillet. And so they're in Bellingham, Washington, where we came from. They're basically two chefs that basically at age 50 started up a restaurant in the back of an industrial park. And their community was what really lifted them off the ground. And they've since expanded to twice their size because of the volume of people they see. And they're just bright colors, positive attitudes. And we had a chance to help them get it off the ground before we left Bellingham. And in turn, they gifted us an espresso machine that really was to actually make all this happen.
Kind of suckered us in.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you need to make a business. And
Right.
it was something that I always wanted to do. And they were just, I mean, even to this day, they're my couple goals and my heroes. They're the most...
Tina and Kirby.
Just not like most positive people, but just the way they love people and their community and everyone around them has been our biggest inspiration.
Sure.
And so I think that kind of like, once we came here, like 9 years ago now, it was just kind of like we worked, Beau hustled, I worked, hustled. And when it started, I really think that we knew how much we were going to love it, how much fun it was going to be, how much we really were going to care about our customers and our community, and they were going to become our family.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just even, I mean, as we've grown, so we're now in our third location, and just watching from the first birthday, seeing the amount of love that we had grown just in that first year of our community cultivated within just being there at breakfast, sharing coffee with someone before work, before their adventures. And then it became, you know, like in our first couple of years at this first dirt parking lot, we had seen people go from like high school cuties to graduated to getting married to starting to have kids, you know. And so starting to feel like these people are overall ohana that we've kind of grown up with over these last 7 years in business. And just seeing that grow has been absolutely beautiful. I think Joe said it, just never knowing how beautiful of a thing that you're creating is until you're in it and you're immersed in it like this.
Yeah, truly. I think, you know, that somebody said it to us when we first started business, and it like will forever hold in my heart. And it was, you never know how bad the bad days in business are going to be when you start your own business. And I was like, oh, that's kind of, he goes, but honestly, you will never know how amazing the good days are going to feel in business. And it's like, there's truly a feeling that I can't even describe from just a beautiful day in business, a satisfied person who's just so kind, people supporting us, people wearing our gear. Literally, when, like, now to this day, when I see somebody wear a shirt or a hat or a sticker, I still like cry like a baby. It's just, it's so cool for my business.
Such a positive affirmation.
That's
right?
Exactly it.
Yeah,
That's it. So,
dude, thank you,
yes.
thank you. But that is seeing that snowball faster than we could have ever imagined too. Like even with CAN, I think Andy can attest to this. You start with something positive, you build it within your community, you give it love, and then you just keep giving it as much as you possibly can, and then it comes back to tenfold. And I think CAN's already starting to see that movement through our community and globally as well, just with a positive message.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, Beau and I were driving down the road last night, literally just watching sunset South Shore, and we saw like 4 CAN stickers, and it was awesome. I was like, yes. It was just like a 5-minute time period. It was just so
right. And if you're wearing this hat, as soon as they see it, it's like, oh, you already know what's up, man. Like,
and for sure, every single day we get somebody just wearing it, wearing a hat, wearing a shirt, and it's just so special. The community that we have on this island is very, very, very special. But I think just the community of this whole world is very, very special. We're all connected.
We are.
Like, connect us is like the coolest thing. The other day you talked to somebody from Uganda, like, and I got to see that conversation, and it wasn't like with crazy Wi-Fi, crazy things and dial-ups and stuff. It's like within like 30 seconds, you know. And so it's pretty cool just how we can all connect with each other and love on each other and spread all the community love vibes. Being able to see Andy, CAN, being able to see us. Instagram's like the coolest thing ever. This is amazing.
Right? Just the fact that we can have this kind of outreach to not only the people that have helped build us up, but people that are interested in what it is all about and kind of taking it to that next level for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. CAN is pushing to the next level. That is it. You guys, if anybody's just joining in right now, we're only a quarter of the way into this, and I just love these two. And so what's going on here is these two run a truck that serves coffee and other delectable edibles and shakes and things like that. I mean, I could go on about their menu, but really what this is they serve a good product. But if you've ever been to visit them, it's probably guaranteed the second time that you're there, it's not because of the product. It's because of these two. It's because of their spirit, the way that they are, the authenticity that they show through the door, when they smile, when you come up. And at times there was a giant beard that would come out that window, and it could be terrifying for small children, but no, it was Beau and Jo. And if anybody's ever been to their window, you know. So these guys, they make incredible stuff. They were given a coffee machine, espresso machine that was basically the cornerstone from these people that inspired them. And the ball is rolling. It is flying down the hill, really. And so you guys definitely have gone through some things coming into these past few months. Before we start talking anymore, because man, you guys have got some good stories. And we're gonna need like 25 episodes just with you guys. Maybe we'll start a separate one, a separate
I'm
thing.
down.
But at some point towards the end of the feed, we're gonna give away some gear. We got hats and stickers, things like that. So what we're gonna do is, as you guys are paying attention, Beau and Jo are gonna ask you a question as we get towards the end of the hour, which we've got about 45 more minutes. There you go. See, they're working on it. So they're gonna ask you a question, and the first person to put the answer in the comment section will get sent some CAN gear free of charge. We love you guys, and we want to keep spreading that. And it's not about the cool stuff, which it's cool. It's comfortable. It's fresh. It represents a good thing that's positive. But, man, it's that spirit behind it. We want you to be accountable for what you're wearing.
You can get that in there, too. The I believe. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You know. You know. No, wait, you've honestly done that before, yes.
I remember once or twice.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Hey, this seems like a perfect time to dovetail in with that awesome CAN mural that you may or may not have been a part of that just so happens to be right where Rainbeau Jo's is. Do you want to touch on that for a minute?
There's so many tangents we can go off right in that whole little pie that you just opened, and I love pie. Oh, man.
I
Absolutely love pie.
Love pie.
For 'em.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of how the whole movement for me really got involved. I met Andy by chance. I ordered one of his hats online. If you guys like the gear, you can get online. You can order a hat online at www.spiritofcan.com. Order something. I wanted a black hat. He had black fitted hats that said CAN. I was like, sweet, sold. It was really nothing more than that. I got the hat. He followed up with a personal email that asked me how I was doing and if there was anything else he could help me with.
Dude, that's how you know, right there. Oh.
From there, we started talking. He wanted murals in the future, and I happen to be a mural painter, so we started talking about that. I got another guy that I've been working with, Tryson, one of our young, really up-and-coming, awesome artists here on island that helped me with that mural, and we just spanked it out in a week. We put a giant octopus up there because it was super weird and obscure. Nobody's seen a giant octopus on a building in Lihue for the most part, as far as I know, but... And we put a CAN on the brain. So we wrapped it all into that whole spirit of CAN, and that's where that goes. And that was literally one of the quickest murals, but one of the best experiences, not only working with Tryson, but having you guys there as the most insane pep crew ever. There was no way that I wasn't going to be successful with you guys there rooting for us like that.
I mean,
honestly, it was one of the coolest weeks of our life. Never did I know that I wanted to see a mural go up piece by piece on my bucket list. And it was one of the coolest things just to see your guys' love and hard work and just day by day, layer by layer, it go up. It was really, really neat. And I think just for our customers, being able to come in every day and a little bit more be done or watch you guys, it was awesome. I think that it's just super inspiring for us. Beau and I just got paint sets a couple weeks ago. You were an inspiration to that. Eat your heart out.
Oh, stop. Come on. God, stop it. I got something in my eye.
Happy clouds everywhere.
So I just, and so yeah, we're stoked. We will keep you posted on how our little painting kits come out. But yeah, that was a very beautiful week for us as well. You guys hyped us up in ways. I was ready for you guys to paint it every week, so I could be like live art show at Rainbeau Jo's every day.
Dude,
so
who knew it sparked the whole Nirvana of flame? So that's really cool.
There's a wave coming. There's a tidal wave coming.
There is, man. There is. But it was just cool for us to move to this new place and then have that just in the next couple months. We were new to the game at Restaurant Kibo, where we park our food truck now, and to just
awesome
have
people.
that. Yeah, dude, that the whole family is absolutely amazing. And happy belated to Uncle Sada, turning 81 just yesterday.
Yeah.
So living legend right there. Talk about a man who can. The guy moved over here, started us up over 50 years ago now, 45 years ago, with just his sister, and this place is still kicking out the good food. So. Myself
Yeah,
for those
Uncle
guys.
Sad is not an inspiration. I don't know who is.
Right.
We see that guy work every single day with a
Always
smile on his
smiling.
face.
Always
Super
smiling.
cool.
Yeah. So I know he was stoked to see that big old octopus go up. You guys had a couple of interactions. You know, there may be a lost in translation breakdown, but the guy knows smiles and love, man.
Oh
He's
yeah, he's amazing for sure.
Right.
Okay, you guys. So let's start talking a little bit about. So we're kind of catching up. So that was the end of last year, and then going into this year. And you'd sort of mentioned a little bit earlier how you kind of felt like you almost had some preparations going into the last 2 months of issues that everybody's having to be wrestling with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like going into this self-isolation period and whatever else we want to call it? But looking out for each other. What was that like for you guys?
I think
got crazy too.
I think Beau and I are kind of in an interesting situation. We live together in a very adorable Ohana house. We carpool to work together and we work together. And so we've been preparing for self-isolation for like 5 years now, just working. So a lot changed and a little changed, I guess, is kind of a weird way to put it. I think we
Personally,
we went into all of this. I mean, it was really, I think the hardest part for us was dealing with, and not dealing with, that's not the right term, but having so many people come in with so much hardship on their heart, stress on their mind, just having that. You can just see it. It's like the deer in headlights. And I think a lot of us had that. There were points where we both had it, where it's just like stressed out, overwhelmed, trying to find what you can do, what you can focus on. And so many of us went through that. And I think it was just kind of a learning curve, especially for us. We have so many happy, stoked people that come in all the time. And whether that's like coming in on family days or coming into work and stuff, and people were just, they had hardships on their heart, and we feel it. I think in customer service, many of us can attest to that, where you do take on a lot of energy during the day, and it's the most beautiful part of the job because you get to meet and love and care about so many people. But it was just really tough just witnessing our customers have so much pain behind their sweet eyes, to be honest. And just, I think it made us want to work more and to be there as much as we possibly can, because not only was it great for us to see people and to be able to serve our community, it was really special to be able to stay open. Food trucks are kind of built for this a little bit more because we are grab and go. And so that was just a huge blessing. I don't think that we could have ever prepared for 6 foot distancing. I mean, we had to ban hula hooping and put hula hoops out on the ground, and people were so kind and so positive and so supportive. But yeah, it was just kind of realizing that we saw in the first couple days what being there meant to people, that we were putting a smile on people's faces, we were a highlight to their day, and that was important. And that in return, they were a highlight to our day. We hang out all the time, but I think going to work together and seeing other people versus, a lot of people were cooped up, and it's really hard to haul the things that make you happy and to try to find other things that make you happy, long tangent there. But yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things for us, was just realizing that we were a positive part to people's day when they needed it most, and vice versa, they were that to us. Yeah, you wanna
just touch base on that too. I think in the beginning we had just came from food truck life. You have equipment come and go, so we at the moment had a piece of equipment kind of go down right before that, which kind of forced us to close just before, Mayor Kawakami had started to let people know we're going to be ushering in emergency rules to kind of roll back how much interaction people were going to have. I think the first 3 days were the hardest 3 days of this whole pandemic for us. And it it wasn't so much as the people's attitudes, it was the adjusting to, at the time, we didn't have the card reader that we have now to be contactless, so we're learning new technology. We were having people be uncomfortable, each person in their own perspective of what this whole time meant to them at that point, and then as it escalated, now it's de-escalating from that, but having to bleach everything down and be extra super hyper aware, not only for ourselves but also to make sure that the people are coming to take that risk to leave their house at this time feels like they can actually, you know, come and be in a safe place. Now, for us, always trying to give positivity, we definitely felt hindered a little bit wearing masks. You know, we can't smile and give that people that positive affirmation. You know, sometimes
that
just a
was
look,
hard one.
dude,
That
just
was
the eyes,
so
yeah,
hard one.
just those eyes, making sure.
I think I've said like a million times, like I'm giving you the biggest grin right now.
Yeah.
I think we can all attest to that, like being in a grocery store and smiling at somebody and how it changes their day, and vice versa. You know, you kind of wake up out of it, and so it was a little just overwhelming to not see people's smiles. They're
Bizarre.
Yeah, it was just weird, but it was okay. We could see them still.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
An adjustment. It was
definitely an adjustment. 6 foot standing apart, where all our customers are hugging and meeting and kissing on each other, and so it at first it was like a little bit like, man, this feels a little bit less Rainbeau Jo's, and it was weird, and then it was like, nope, it's not less Rainbeau Jo's. It's just an adjustment. We pivoted. We made it happen. People got more and more comfortable. People got more stoked. I think something that was really huge for us was just being supported. I mean, there's no tourists on the island right now, or very, very, very few. And to be supported so much by our local community, which is what we've really put a lot of intention towards over the last few years, because there is what carried us through every hardship and everything that we've ever gone through. And so it's kind of a really beautiful thing right now, because we're just seeing locals, and they are just, man, I cry every day from just joy and kindness. People are just unreal. And then it was neat. Our online sales, bless people's hearts. We sold stuff all over the country in the United States. We sold stuff on Oahu, and it was just neat to have people that can't physically support us be like, I'm doing whatever I can to help you guys. I think that with this whole pandemic, the realization of supporting local and your community, people were already aware. I commend people for being so amazing. I mean, that's what's made us get through the last 6 years. But people have just stepped up in amazing ways. The CSA boxes that have been happening on island and really just around the world. We have friends in Washington and Australia, and like it's a worldwide community come together that has just been weirdly beautiful, I think, is the craziest. And
I don't think we need to feel bad about saying that anymore.
No,
yeah, no, it's just
not at all.
You can't, because it has been. I think I've cried more from joy than stress in this pandemic. I feel like, just because seeing the beauty that we all have to offer each other and seeing that in ourselves of what we can do.
Yes,
yeah.
and on the CAN network, I mean, seeing people that shifted their lives. Shout out to one of our good friends, Jay Nice, Janice Jewelry. She basically took her jewelry company, shut it down, started making masks right at the beginning of this, and she was doing 500 at the time, going straight to Wilcox, no payment, no request, no nothing, and just having people, you know, out of faith of just putting yourself out of there. People came in droves to give her money to donate to her to keep it going, and since then it's made thousands and thousands of masks. So, and that's just one of our family of people.
Cool. I think that I mean, we are so grateful right now. We've been
blessed
to be busy, blessed to be open. We did so that was kind of our deal. Just to be on the longest tangent ever.
Always long tangent.
Janice was making masks, and we were like, man, how do we do something? I am not a mask maker. I'm sure.
How
not
do you
a
give back?
nurse.
How can we help?
Yeah, and like honestly, we had just come off of having to buy a new espresso machine. We're building out a spot. Like we didn't know how like financially we could really help. And so we kind of have seen this at other places. It was actually at a brewery in our hometown in Washington. They had like a buy a beer for somebody else's wall, brew it on or whatever, I guess. And so you could buy a beer for somebody. And so like, hey, I went down there and I bought a beer for Beau. And then when he got off work and he went down to the brewery, oh, my wife bought me a beer. Cool, you know? And so it's always been something we wanted to do in a space, is like buy a coffee for somebody. I worked at a coffee stand and people would always buy coffee for the person behind them and then leave. And then that person that would roll up to the window would just be like heartwarmed, like, man, that's so cool. Some random stranger bought me a coffee. And so it really inspired us to start our Brew Aloha Forward program, which was something we always wanted to do, but didn't have like a catalyst. It always seemed like forced or kind of awkward. And so we put it out to our customers like, hey, if you can sponsor a frontline worker, it's $6 for sponsorship and they'll get a drink for free when they come in. And that can be any drink. It was kind of a price point where we could donate still if it was a big, you know, smoothie or something. And we raised over like $2,000 and people are still donating for frontline workers.
Guys, thank you. Around the world, from around the world. Like, honestly, just to take a moment to thank everybody that's been a part of that first round of Brew Aloha Forward. Like, seriously, we have everyone from first responders, EMT, police officers, to people,
grocery store workers,
janitors
at the hospital.
Yes.
But yeah, we have people donate from like New Zealand, Australia, Canada, a few people in California, Washington,
all over. So just to see again the community come together. When they have an opportunity, they will. And so to just see people wanting more for each other and seeing that as their way to give back is huge. So,
and really like we were like, oh, this will be cool, you know, we'll be able to take care of a few people.
We thought it was gonna be like a day, maybe a weekend thing. And
y'all need to come in. Like, we got too many drinks.
Yeah,
we need
let's
like,
go.
and so that was freaking cool. That was unreal.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see more of that in the future. And just, I don't know, man. I think from this pandemic, and now we're calling it a CANdemic as we're trying to progressively, positively affirm a better action forward, is using this as a catalyst to do better in the future overall. Like, this doesn't have to have a mental awareness just for the month. This is positive awareness forever, for everybody, you know? And so doing these kind of actions throughout the year to keep people involved and to keep people coming back to, hey, how can I help our fellow community?
Yeah,
that's huge.
I think it all just like made us more aware of checking in on ourselves and checking in on each other.
For sure.
There is a huge power to asking somebody genuinely how they are. And I think more than ever, I've been genuinely asked how I am. I mean, we have to stare at each other right in the eyes right now, so it's even more so, but like, we run into people all the time in the store, and normally it's like, oh, aloha, how are you? Kiss, I'll see you later. And it's been like, hey, how are you doing? Do you need anything? I have to shout out my sweet mom on here, the CAN action and the CAN stand. My mom.
We need to write all these down. We're going to start a whole series of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, first timer on the Instagram, first timer on the live.
Yeah,
so big shout out to Mother Mary. Yes, big love to Mother Mary. So no, and I think we can both attest to both of our parents being such positive influences to us as well. If we've become positive people, it is in tribute to the people who raised us and made us the beautiful people we can be.
100%.
So thanks, moms.
Thanks, Mom.
Amazing, you guys. We've highlighted a couple of really great things there. So some of you obviously, going into the pandemic period, you had already had a douse of reality going into it without there ever being issues where you had to shut down your business anyway. You kind of got a little bit of a test run, and you guys take blows and you don't go down, you figure it out. And that is definitely CAN. So from there, you got your business, you're down for like 3 days or something like that when this whole shutdown goes into effect, and then you get back out there and you do it, but you're just doing it because you know, you got to. But what you don't realize is that the reason that's so important is because you were that one thing that was left that a lot of people could come to. And again, the product is one thing. People need coffee, they need bagels and stuff like that, but what they really need is that positive look from you, from your eyes, that genuine, I'm glad to see you. These guys know almost every name of every person that comes to their van. And if they don't know it, they'll learn it eventually. Within that first week, you guys had these incredible pictures of people, firefighters, nurses, people like that out there getting their drinks paid forward. God, this is incredible. You guys, like when I grew up, there was a short time when I was in Florida and my dad would drive through a toll booth and he'd pay for the toll behind him. And sometimes people would like freak out. My dad had people chase him down like angry, like, what'd you do that for? Like, it was so weird. Yeah, but that concept is huge, and there was a movie about it. It's that simple. You do something nice for somebody anonymously, and I know Addison Busan was also coming to you guys, and some of the other local businesses there in the area. And I don't want to keep throwing people under the bus, but people are going out there and they're putting down $100 or whatever at a place so that the next people that come in, they get $10 each off. I mean, we don't all have $100. But that's not the point.
But yeah, and like, I mean, I think that's been the biggest thing too is we don't all have $100. But what we do have is a genuine ability to just be a friend to somebody and like be kind to somebody. I think we had people that donate $100. We had people that donated $6, just one drink. Can you take care of one person? We had some people that were like, you know what, my friends are on the police force. Can you, or my friend's a nurse. And so somebody literally, it was a specific name. And we had a few of those where it was like, I can't do a lot, but my friend is working at Wilcox and I want to make sure that like she can come in and get a drink. And it was so cool because we felt like the middleman in something really awesome. Like it was, you know, it felt so good to be able to help, but it was also really cool just to have so many people help us be able to help. We truly couldn't have done it without other people. And I think too, attesting to people just buying drinks for people they don't even know, like that is just so beautiful. And then it was cool to just tag team onto this. The graduates, we still have so many.
If you're a high school graduate in Kauai County, we're looking for you. Come on down. Your drink's already paid for.
Yeah, because then we switched it to graduates because, you know, I think that was something that hit us a little hard. My senior year was very special to me. My graduation, my senior prom, all of that was a very cool time in my life. And it's okay that, you know, people are doing well, people are okay, but our graduates this year definitely made some sacrifices for the greater good. And it was one of those where we wanted, again, to be able to do something. And the Brew Aloha Forward program was so awesome and people were so awesome. We threw it out there again, like, hey, do you want to take care of 2020 graduates? We have like 12 specific names in my phone right now of people that just wanted to treat their nieces and nephews and all that to drinks for graduation. Watching like the vice principal at the Kauai High comes in and he bought drinks for a bunch of people and they still managed some way to do graduation. And it's just really a special time to be alive.
Right. It's not all working out how it used to be, but it's a beautiful thing to see how people are being creative to make it work.
Yeah.
Just seeing this year's graduation, all the banners, the balloons, everybody doing the roll-bys, and just to see the community come together within the range they have to and still make it a beautiful thing for those graduating. So congrats class. You deserve an amazing summer, and I'm excited for the
Yeah.
future that awaits. Yeah,
Truly.
seriously.
And I feel like you guys are all going to be such movers and shakers.
Right, if you can
because
make
of
it through
this.
this.
Yeah, I think I saw something the other day that we're going to have so many bakers and butchers and all sorts of things because kids are really being inspired. What's the word I'm looking for? Agricultural artists, as you will, because I think people are really being positively pushed into cooking at home more and growing their own food. And I think it's going to have a really beautiful effect on the younger generations. They're going to make a lot more.
I agree.
Yes.
There's a because of it being so difficult for the graduates and stuff like that, I want to definitely, again, back you up on their congratulations and let them know that I've been hearing a little bit that there's definitely discouragement, and it's obvious. Like, you wouldn't doubt that. And what I want to do is let them know that, shoot, I lost my train of thought a little bit there, but it's just that I've been hearing that they're not really sure what it is that they're supposed to be looking forward to at this point.
Right.
So diving into some of those more creative aspects of really trying to figure out who you are and what your community is like. If you look at the two people that I'm talking to right here, they sell a good product, but it's really about the experience that they're offering people, that genuine authenticity. Be yourselves. You won't believe the world that will open up in front of you as soon as you start paying attention to who you are and following what's right for you. There's a lot of can't in the world, but as soon as you focus on what it is that you can do, what it is that intrigues you, what makes you feel good, follow that, chase that. You never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah, no, you'll be painting in Australia like yourself. I think you're a really big example of following your passions and it taking you around the world. And I think that it's so true. Just giving them things to focus on that do make them feel what's the word I'm looking for? Just fulfilled. I think it's easy to feel unfulfilled. There's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of outer influences right now. I think even us, we've talked about this, just growing up with social media was like our Super Nintendos.
Totally different world. A Tamagotchi.
Like it's just a whole
Snapchat.
different game. And that's something that Beau and I have really focused on, even for our own mental health, is following on our social media, following accounts that make us feel good, that make us feel inspired, you know, like make us feel excited about things. You're in photography, follow every photographer and videographer and connect with them. I follow like 1 billion coffee shops and artists and designers and gardeners and stuff because I think it's really important we're feeding our mind with so much stuff right now. It's bonkers how much is coming in nowadays. So I think it is really important to watch what you're watching, what you're viewing and what you're feeding your brain with, because there are days where you get a lot of that extra media and it gets to you. It's gotten to me. Like it doesn't matter who you are. I've been on days where I'm like, I got to delete everything because it's making me not feel great about myself. And it's not a bad thing to protect yourself from all that outer stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
No.
I was just going to say, we're hitting the back quarter of the talk, the conversation, and I want to just give you guys a chance to highlight any of your goals. What are you going into what are you working on? What are you excited about?
Oh yeah. No, with the
and then we got to ask a question.
Oh, what's that?
And then we got to ask the question.
Oh, I got my question. So are you talking in the CAN universe or just Rainbeau Jo's?
You guys.
I think we're really excited. I think again, we were able to just pivot during this pandemic and make it a CANdemic where we have a coffee shop. We're excited. We're in the works of getting into permitting, getting into breaking ground to where we can have that open to the community. And a lot of really cool things that can come along with that space. Something that we've been just excited to be able to have in our lives. We're now expanding with 2 new amazing people in the truck that are also just exuding that aloha. So it also pumps us up to be able to do more and to bring that love.
Yeah, and I think that that's been something that's really cool, just to interject, is finding people like, I'm excited to have more and different awesome energy that our customers get to know. They've been hanging out with Beau and I for 7 years now, and I mean, the people that we brought on are just amazing, and I'm excited for people to meet them and them bring their own kind of awesome to Rainbeau Jo. So that's been kind of exciting too, is just bringing in people who are awesome in their own right and have their own amazing vibe, and that's just going to be even more a part of Rainbeau Jo's. So that's been really exciting. Do continue.
Yes,
You're gonna have a line around the block for great applicants. There are some great people around here. Hopefully they know where to come and get in touch with you.
So much love waiting for you on the corner of Rice and Umi. I'm just excited to see it all come together. What were we gonna say?
And I think even to graduates again, on us, I'm not gonna lie, we got a little overwhelmed. I would say probably 4 months ago, things weren't moving as quickly as we envisioned them.
We just roadblock after roadblock of things.
And then coronavirus happened, and if we would have opened our shop any earlier, we would have had to lay off dozens of people, and it would have been okay. We would have made it. But it was just this amazing thing where things do work out for a reason, and sometimes your short game isn't your long game. But man, are we like, it's gonna time out so great. The timing of the shop is gonna be amazing, and I think that it was just like that long game. It is so hard to focus on sometimes, but you gotta just trust in yourself and what you know you can do. And we've so many times just been so grateful that the path has led us where we're at. We're right where we should be at this time. And if we would have forced it or gotten down on ourselves, it would have just been hard on us. And we don't deserve that. We work really hard, and you deserve to love yourself.
Yeah, and so. I think full disclosure too, I don't think anybody should come away with this thinking that any of us are perfect people. We all have our ups and down days. We get down on ourselves and we hit negative spaces as well, because we are human beings. But I think it's everybody's duty to continue to lift each other up, using that positivity and just reminding people that they're loved, even if you're not on your best day. Giving someone a hug, or even in the time of coronavirus, positive affirmations that they are a loved person or they are worthy of love. I only want to touch on it for a moment. I know we've lost some people here on island due to people being put in negative situations and feeling that they are alone. So this goes from us and from CAN to anybody, to the different hotlines here on island. Reach out to people. If you are in a space that you don't feel very great, we would love to talk to you. We'd love to give you some more love. I know Seth can agree with this. I know Andy's on board with that and the whole CAN movement. So just reach out to somebody, because there's people who absolutely love you here.
You're so important to us.
Yeah, so. And for those of you that are out there that it's hard to reach out for help. So the ones of you that are out there that are doing well, and you have that gift of recognizing that somebody's having a hard time, take an extra step, make an extra smile, whatever it is that you got to do, because some people do have a hard time reaching out. So you got to keep that, got to piggyback those two messages, because it's...
Yeah, some people get hung up on how much I can donate or what can I buy or who can I support. It doesn't even have to be that, man. It just has to be letting people know that they're good and reaching out to people and saying, hey.
Yeah, truly.
So,
all right, you guys, you better ask that question.
I'm ready for the question if you are.
We got some CAN gear we want to give away. First person to answer this question in the comment section will get some free gear.
For the people that were absolutely listening in the beginning, or for the diehard Rainbeau Jo's fans, in the beginning of my quick rambles, I mentioned where our food truck, Betty White, the food truck, is from.
Dang,
now this is a very quick thing, and if people can't get it very quick, then we'll move on to an easier question. Yeah, I'll give it 30 seconds on the clock. So again, the food truck was shipped over here from somewhere in the mainland on the West Coast, Pacific Northwest Range.
Oh, he's narrowing it down.
I got nothing here. I might have to change the question.
Give him a
That's
second.
fine.
There's a delay for some folks.
Okay, we'll sit back on it. So
I think positive things that have happened to us is Betty White is doing great in the coronavirus times.
love you, Betty White.
We a huge inspiration for us has been Betty White. I don't know that anyone all knows that, but Betty White is my personal hero. I followed her career. I have videos and DVDs.
Life with Elizabeth.
But she's just an insanely caring, positive person.
Charismatic.
She's done a lot for animal rights activists. She was the first woman producer and actor and director in her own sitcom back in the 50s, and she's just a really awesome person. So my encouragement while people try to figure out where Betty White, our food truck's from, is to research Betty White. She's amazing. She's not just a funny lady.
Yeah, check it out. Google that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get some good brain stuff going on.
Right.
We didn't get an answer to that one, so you got to back up.
Yeah, you got to back up from the conversation.
Oh yeah. So, thanks, Yuri. You're the bomb. This is tricky too, but this will be my other one. What was the restaurant called that gave us our espresso machine? It was on the cup. I know this is hard.
Okay, you can show it. It's backwards. It'll still take somebody some time to figure that one out.
Going out to all those left-handers out there and the beautiful second. Oh yeah.
Well, while we're waiting to see if we get an answer there, and we still just have a few minutes, I love watching you guys squirm when I start saying nice things about you. So while I got you here, I just want to say on behalf of the Kauai community, thank you for working hard through this time and doing not just serving people products, but being who you are. That's why people come to see you. You can shake it however you want. You guys could be selling socks. People would still be coming to see you.
Oh, I love you, Seth. Thank you. I'm teared up, but honestly, we truly couldn't do it without you guys. We revive all the love and kindness that we get, and I just can't thank this community enough. It's so cool. I
feel pretty special, man. I know that even where we came from, the Pacific Northwest, is a very loving area, very loving community. But the community that we have here in Kauai, the outreach of the community, how they support each other before even all this got crazy, and now so more than ever. But just the amazing amount of love that goes to each person from each part of the community is unbelievable.
Truly, yeah.
We could do another question.
Go.
Another question.
Shoot.
From the
okay. What? No. And this is like maybe just even hardcore images.
We're going for the rainbow fans.
I don't know. I just feel like we kind of touched on it, and maybe we didn't. Yeah. But what building is Rainbeau Jo's building out in?
Whoa.
In Lakui.
What is the name of the building that it was, or the cross streets of the corner?
I think maybe
you guys are hard.
Yeah, whoa. We were just trying to give out free can hats? What is this?
Wait, I got one. What is the owner of CAN's name?
Ooh, what's the owner of CAN's name? First person to say it. Go, 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 go.
Oh, he's going to be...
Nobody? I'm going to say it. I'm going to give myself a second hat. Hey, there we go. We got somebody.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin Falk, we got some gear going to come your way. I got to find my pen.
I love it. Hey, we got Yuri coming in. Close second.
I think we can take care of both of those guys.
Hey!
Next time you choose the question.
Right. Hey, quick shout out to Yuri Maid. She is one of our biggest positive pushers from day one, from the parking lot, always coming with the love. She's been through the roller coaster of everything.
I have to tell you, because this is just talk about something that you can do if you have zero money at all.
Zero money.
Yuri has done this
literally
since she's been our customer.
Literally 100 times.
For 6 years. I would say, like, every couple weeks, we get a note from Yuri that's like, you matter, or you're important, or you're amazing. Just little teeny notes. Like 3 weeks ago, she just left cute little note cards with beautiful photos. on our table for customers all day.
There were flowers on one side, and everybody took a flower.
Yeah.
And it said something nice on the back side. Costs almost $0.
We have literally 6 years of kind notes sprinkled through our house from Miss Yuri made. It is like they warm our hearts to this day. Some of them we've had for literally 6 years, and they're just hidden all over. So another just thing that we can all do. That's been something Beau and I have really tried in the CANdemic times is write people handwritten notes.
Yes.
It's so sweet. It's so kind.
It's so simple.
Yeah, and it makes my day every time.
It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to be awesomely nice.
So
yes.
thank you,
Seth,
Yuri.
thank you for taking all this time, Seth. I just want to give you a shout out again. Neuromanifest coming at you, coming soon. We're excited to be a part of that. We're excited about all the beautiful murals you and TK2 Inspire have been able to produce. So many more awesome things you guys are going to be on top of from here. Couldn't have done it with Andy's help. Yeah, that's right. Andy, thank you so much, Andy. We look forward to it. I think Joe's now obsessed with Andy's dog, but that's for another segment. And then
We might be adopting a dog because of
CAN.
Andy.
So all the better. More inspiration from everybody. Also, shout out to another local artist. This is HKE Experience right here on the shirt, hand pressed. So gotta love, gotta represent, man. Thank you
Good
for
work,
the
you
opportunity.
Man, my friends, my cheeks hurt so bad right now. I've smiled. I definitely got something in my eye once or twice.
Once or twice. We're going to have to ice our cheeks.
Yes, yes. But we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you
We'll have
for
the Nepali
having us.
nectar waiting for you.
I'm so
right,
lucky I
guys.
live here and I get to come and see you guys.
Yes. Definitely give your lady a big hug for us, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yay, that's our mom saying aloha to her children in French.
In French.
No
what a
big deal. I love
fancy
you, Mom.
lady. French lady.
Bonjour, Marie.
Bonjour.
Aloha. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for everything, man.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see you guys real soon. I love you. Thank you for joining us, sitting down with us, and sharing some really important things. For you guys that are out there, check out the Spirit of CAN on the interwebs. You know how to find them. That Google thing works too. A lot of love. Stay positive. It's not even about positive. If you're having a hard time, have a hard time. But there's always something you can do. Just stop focusing on the other stuff.
That's it, man. That's it.
Truly. Feel your feelings. But
Feel those feelings.
Yeah.
You have here.
All right. High fives.
Yes.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you
good
guys.
Sarah.
See you soon.
Yes.
Aloha.
Aloha.